Hey guys, good morning. It's Miss Truelove. Been a long time since we've seen each other, most of us. Um, this is the first lesson that we are covering in this new environment of this online digital learning. I hope you've been doing well during this time that we've been apart. You have been very missed. Um, Things will be different. This is a different time. This is a different way of teaching and a different way of learning. But I'm hoping that what we do in these days to come will prepare us in the best way that we can for the TABE, um, for helping you to reach your goals, and so that we can move forward. Um, so basically, what we're going to do here in the next couple days is we're going to spend time on those areas of the TABE the which cause the biggest trouble for many of the students' struggles. And the one area that I'd say 90 to 95% of people have non-proficiency, that means that you didn't master that area, is main idea. And we're going to camp out here for a couple days, and I know it's just like, but I just want us to get it, and I want us to look at it from small passages to large passages to just knowing how to just get in there and figure this out so that we can just mark this one off of our list. And I feel like if we just spend some time on it, we'll be where we need to be. So with that in mind, we're gonna move forward. So the first thing we need to know is, of course, what main idea is. So let's just move on. So what is the main idea? The main idea is the big point or the most important idea that a writer is communicating with the reader. Oftentimes you can find it in the title. Oftentimes it's found in the very first sentence of a passage as well. So that's what you're going to look for. You're looking for the big thing, the gist, the main idea of a passage. So we're going to read a passage this morning. It says, engineers create wealth for society. So tennis is a game and the resources of the earth are scarce. Have you gone mad? That's the only solution is to educate the public on being socially responsible. This passage makes sense? No, of course it didn't. It was all scrambled. It didn't have a main idea. We would go crazy if all passages were written like this all the time because there was there was there were different it was made up of different ideas and they had no connection. There was no common thread. It was just a big mess of a whole bunch of stuff that nothing fit together. But the good news is in normal passages, you're going to have a main idea and then it'll be followed up with some supporting passages. But that last passage was just I don't know, just a big conglomeration of stuff and it didn't make any sense. So a main idea is like the heart of text of a paragraph. It's that controlling idea. It should be what drives what comes all in future sentences. And so all the other supporting details in the text tell us more about that main idea. They're going to tell us about that main idea that we gave, and usually, like I said, is found usually in our first sentence. So the first thing we need to ask ourselves is who or what is the passage about? Many paragraphs have topic sentences that indicate the main idea. So we're going to find the topic sentence, the main idea of this passage, this paragraph. It says homeless people face many problems. In the winter, it's hard to stay warm, and it gets too hot in the summer. It's also hard to keep things safe without a home. There's also a lack of privacy. So we see in this passage that our main idea, our topic sentence, is in the very first sentence. It's that homeless people face many problems. And then in the preceding sentences, the sentences that follow, it gives us supporting details that back up what that topic sentence is saying. So we know that homeless people face many problems, and then it gives us some ideas of what those problems would be. Like it's hard to stay warm in the winter, and it gets too hot in the summer. You can't keep things safe, and there's like a lack of privacy. All those details help prove the value or the point that the main idea is trying to state. Sometimes the main idea is stated. It's just written out for us like it was in the last passage. Sometimes it's implied and you have to kind of figure out what exactly the main idea is. Like it says here on the screen, usually it's stated in the topic sentence. Sometimes it doesn't, though, and that means that we have to put it in our own words and figure it out. So let's look at this passage here and let's try and figure out what the main idea in the topic sentence of this particular passage would be. It said the students had fun on their field trip. They visited the Marine Museum. They were able to tour a tugboat and they bought souvenirs in the gift store. After the tours, they had a picnic lunch in the park and they played with their friends. So our main idea of this sentence would probably be the students had fun on a field trip. And then we see that we have supporting sentences about, it tells where they went and what they were able to do while they were there. So all those preceding sentences go to support our main idea that they had fun on their field trip. But let's look at this next one here. It says, Samantha, I can't eat or sleep when you're gone. I need to hear your soothing voice and your lovely smile. See your lovely smile. I miss that special way you sing. Please come home soon. Well, in this passage, the main idea is not stated. We have to infer, we have to guess what exactly that the writer was trying to convey in this passage. But by reading the passage, we can figure it out. Somebody is missing Samantha, and that's the main idea of this passage, that Samantha is being missed. So even though it's not stated, usually the topic sentence, the main idea, is going to be something that we're going to be able to pretty easily identify. Well, sometimes you can have just too much information in a passage. All the sentences in a paragraph should support that main idea of the passage or the paragraph. If the information does not support the main idea, it doesn't belong in that same paragraph. So let's look at this passage here and let's look and see what unnecessary information might be provided in this passage. Maria offered to help her mother clean the house. She vacuumed the living room and dusted the furniture. She picked up the toys in the playroom. She ate a ham sandwich for lunch, and then she mopped the kitchen floor. Well, in this passage, we're reading about Maria offering to help clean the house for her mom. And we see that she vacuumed and she dusted and she picked up the toys. But when they threw in that sentence about her eating a ham sandwich, it just really just didn't go with the rest of them. So it wasn't necessary for the content of this passage. And then we have she mopped the kitchen floor, which that is a supporting detail to our topic sentence. So even though she did eat a ham sandwich for lunch, it wasn't necessary for the sentence to be there in this passage. So you will notice that each day that you will see assignments posted in the Google Classroom. And there's several assignments posted in there relating to main idea, which are lessons in IXL about main idea. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to IXL.com. You're going to use your username, which is your first name, followed by the number 1 at Job Corps. For example, mine would be Kathy1 at Job Corps. And then your password will be Joyful1. Now, if you have heard from someone that, say like you know that there's another person in the center that has the same name as you, you might have been given a different username, and usually it would be it would be like say like your name is Joshua, and there might be 2 or 3 Joshuas or something. Yours might be Joshua 1 or Joshua 2 or Joshua 3, but hopefully somebody has provided that information to you. But if for some reason, if your username and password does not work, please contact us. And I'm going to share my contact information with you on the next slide. So if you have any problems with the IXL or just any other issues, you can contact me at truelove.catherine@jobcorps.org, or we also have another page set up, reading1gjcc@gmail.com. You can leave a comment in the Google Classroom under the assignment or wherever you're struggling at. You can also post a comment on the Gadsden Bulldogs Facebook page. Reach out to another staff member and they can put you in contact with me. You'll notice that in the lesson there's several assignments in IXL, and it says that you need to strive to have an 80% in the SMART score in IXL. If you are looking at the IXL screen from a computer, that SMART score is going to be on the right hand side of the screen. I have not looked at it to see where that is located on like a tablet or a phone, if it's still listed there to the side, but it should be somewhere visible on that screen. And we're going to try to keep in that range, because that is going to show us that you have a level of understanding of the content that's being taught. There is also a question of the day posted in there. It's really, really quick. Just what have you been doing with yourself during the time off? You'll also see that there is a Google form, which is just a series of several passages, and it's going to ask you to put in a very brief description of what the main idea, what the topic sentence for those passages are. It shouldn't be very lengthy. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. That's what we're here for, and this isn't something that should take you a great amount of time, but just be thorough with it and make sure that you understand the material. If you have any questions, any concerns, let me know. I'm going to say goodbye for today, but hopefully we'll be keeping in contact. Look forward to more information each day in the Google Classroom. Talk to you later.